This is Aries 0083 with another long review for you. I'm going to get you to buy my stuff. So this time I'm going to be reviewing Series 3 Wave 3. In this wave, we got the fanciful Doctor Strange. We have Falcon. And his trusty sidekick, Red Wing. We have the Scarlet Spider. Ooh, I'm so 90s. Doctor Doom. Ha. And the baby with an attitude, Scar. I have daddy issues. First, one thing before I go into the consumer information that I want to talk about is the artwork on the card. As you can see here, we have Wolverine from Series 3 Wave 2, and here we have Doctor Strange. The new art on these figures, this artwork. Wait, if this is Chris Bachalo, I think this is probably Carrie Andrews or Alex Maleev. It looks more painted than drawn. You see? Drawn, painted. Luckily, I was able to find all 5 of these guys except for the Doctor Strange variant at my local Target. Also luckily, because I'm so lucky, I should change my name to Aries Lucky. I found these at the sale price of $6.99, which Target is having a sale, as opposed to the $9.98 price that Toys R Us or Target would have them for. So I would recommend you check your Targets first before you check your Toys R Us's. I haven't seen these at Toys R Us Times Square yet, or I haven't heard any reports about them. Or I'm hiding. I'm sexy, but I'm hiding. So that's it for the consumer information, which you can skip if you want, but don't skip it, please. It'll make me sad. Let's go first with Doctor Strange. Ooh, Doctor Strange is one of the most accomplished masters of the mystic arts in existence, and an inspiration to armchair sorcerers across multiple worlds. Armchair. His ability to execute seemingly impossible spells and teleportations is legendary. Mystic artifacts like the Red Cloak of Levitation and the Eye of Amagato only enhance the mystical ability and legend of Dr. Stephen Strange. Doctor Strange is a cool character. I really liked that his Marvel Legends figure was a peg warmer. Because the most awesome thing about it was the cloak. Not so much the body, because there were problems with the body, but I liked the cloak. I've never read any of his comics. I know a bit about him when he appeared in the Superhero Squad, which is actually a funny episode because he's acting wonky. But other than that, knowing he's the Sorcerer Supreme, and that there was a TV movie made in the 70s of Doctor Strange, that's all I can say. I know that his origin is that he was a physician, and his hands got hurt, so he couldn't still be a doctor, and he went to like a temple to meditate, and there they picked him as Sorcerer Supreme. There's also a little made for DVD movie about Doctor Strange. You should check it out. So that's it for the history of Doctor Strange. Love. Now, the Falcon. Falcon was not born a hero. His rise to friend and ally of Captain America took hard work and a little luck. Ironically, it was the evil Red Skull who introduced the two men and imparted Falcon with the extrasensory ability to communicate with birds. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Falcon can fly like a bird of prey and harnessing the power of advanced wingsuits. His grace, skill, and precision in the sky is unmatched by any human. I like the Falcon, not because he's black or because he's Jesse Falcon's favorite character, because they share the same name, but in the superhero squad, he's really gotten me to like him more. I know that he was created by the Red Skull by tampering with him, made him be able to communicate with birds. In the superhero squad online game, you can make them do the chicken dance, Red Wing and Falcon, which is pretty funny. I do like also that in the superhero squad they gave him a semi-relationship with the Scarlet Witch, which is also interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. Other than that, he's nicknamed a Snap. Can't snap my fingers. And I think he worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. or he's working for them recently. He's helping Bucky Cap and Scarlet Witch until Bucky Cap bit the bullet. Oops, sorry. Next up, we got the 90s hero, Scarlet Spider. Cloned from the DNA of Peter Parker to battle Spider-Man, the Scarlet Spider gradually turned into one of the web-slinger's most trusted allies and greatest friends. Battling alongside Spider-Man, he found himself becoming something more than a clone. The Scarlet Spider had finally become a hero in his own right. I don't think I was supposed to pause there. I'm not so much a fan of the design of this costume. I do know that when Ben Reilly was introduced as the, in quotations, real Peter Parker, a lot of people did not like that. Just like they don't like Miles Morales, the Hispanic black Spider-Man. There's a terrific blog about why this guy hates him. He says that Miles Morales is a replacement character and that eventually Peter Parker is going to come back and Miles is going to disappear, thus making Miles disposable. Just like Bucky, just like Ben Reilly. In Peter Parker Spider-Man issue 75, Ben Reilly met his death while helping Spider-Man battle the Green Goblin after the Green Goblin kidnapped his kid. So there is a special place in my heart for Ben Reilly, just like there is for Captain Marvel, because of their heroic deaths. That means something, and the fact that, well, they haven't really come back. The Captain Marvel that came back in Civil War was a Skrull, and Ben Reilly's still dead. But I did like, I do kind of like the costume. It's different. You don't, as an artist, you don't have to worry about the webbing. And his Spider-Man costume also has some cool elements to it. Next we get the good Dr. Doom. The world is a frightening place when Dr. Doom is around. His intellect, sorcery, and intense appetite for evil make him a true supervillain. Dr. Doom ceaselessly toils with new technology in his Latverian workshop. He is constantly innovating, from new and improved Doombots to ultra-strong armors. Dr. Doom piles his evil trade so that sometime in the near future he may destroy the heroes of the Marvel Universe, especially Richards. Ha ha ha. So, Doctor Doom is basically the proto Darth Vader. Yep, that's right. George Lucas, just like he took the Star Wars and the Hidden Fortress and made it Star Wars, he took Doctor Doom and made him Darth Vader. But one of the things that I do like about Doctor Doom, at least the character, is with the Marvel Legends, there was a Doctor Doom where when you would remove his mask, his face wouldn't be hideously scarred. He'd just have like a little scratch below his eye. So he's so vain that someone probably wrote a song about him, that little scar makes him think his whole face is disfigured. That's one cool way of taking it. The other way is that when they made the mask for him, ching ching ching, they were like, "Here, Herr Doom, it is ready," and he said, "Screw that noise," and he put on the mask while it was still hot, and it burned his face. So that's why he's disfigured now. None of this has to do with Reed Richards, at least that I know of. Well, I think his origin is that he was working with Reed Richards, or was that the old 1994 Fantastic Four movie? He was working with Richards and something blew up in his face. And he's like, "Oh, I hate you, Richard. You're such a dummy. You made this blow up in my face." Doctor Doom also, his mom is in hell. I think Mephisto is holding her prisoner. This issue is also brought up in Superhero Squad, which as you can tell, Superhero Squad also it's funny, but it also tackles issues that are pretty cool and pretty adult. So I like Doctor Doom. I've been told that this Doctor Doom doesn't come with his guns, so that's just more incentive to get the Doctor Doom from the Secret Wars 2-pack, and to get a different Absorbing Man. And the last character that we have for the history is Scar. Not many beings can match the raw strength and power of Scar, son of Hulk. Has few weaknesses. His regenerative ability coupled with the old power inherited from his mother allow him to keep on fighting no matter the opponent or terrain. Scar smash! Scar has battled some of the world's worst villains and has always emerged victorious. Rah! It ain't my dad. Rah. So here we have Scar, son of Hulk. He's a new character, so I don't have a lot of history with him. I know that after World War Hulk, he came to Earth because I was reading the Fall of the Hulks prelude. And when he's in his human form, he's a kid. He's not an adult, even though when he's hulked out, he looks like an adult. I like that Scar and his dad have kind of made up, because it's kind of dumb. When the Hulk's wife was pregnant with Scar, the stupid heroes of the Marvel Universe decided to blow up the ship where he crash landed on planet Sakaar. And Hulk was saved, his wife died in the blast, and the baby was thought to have died, but she ejected it, and he grew up alone. And I don't know why he thinks his dad abandoned him, if one, no one told him, and two, his dad didn't tell him. So it's like, why would you think, just because I'm here all alone, my dad's a jerk, he abandoned me? So when he comes to Earth and he encounters Banner, I guess they have a heart to heart, and all is forgiven. So I like that the Hulk has a son, because Betty for all these years she wasn't like she wasn't she should have had a kid with Banner by now, but no, unless there's something else. I like Scar because just like with um, any hero, I like when they have characters that are different but look the same, like Scar and Hulk and Red Hulk and She-Hulk, or Spider-Man and Venom and Carnage and Scarlet Spider, or Cap, Bucky, Cap, Thor, Thunderstrike, Beta Ray Bill. These are different characters that have like the same features from the main character. So I kind of like that. I know some people don't. I'm sure there are people that don't like that. But I like that Scar is so much like his dad. He even looks like him with long hair. But I hope that in the comics Scar goes a different route from his dad and from his step grandfather, Red Hulk. Spoiler. And I'd like to see him become like an Avenger or join a group and be a good guy. So that's it for the history of Scar. Alright, so now we're going to go into the articulation of these 5 fantastic figures. Let's see. First up is number 12, Mr. Doctor Strange. So Doctor Strange has a new neck joint. You can see it allows his head to move up and down. Guess it's great for flying poses. Like, ooh, I'm flying. Can look side to side. But his joint gives him an angle whenever he looks. Like he'll look up. He won't look straight. His head will tilt up. He could bring his head down. The arms can go round, but the cloak is in the way. The cloak is made out of soft rubber. He has a bicep swivel, 1 point of articulation at the elbow. He has these new wrists that I don't think I've seen them before, which allow the hands to move up and down and also swivel. So he could be rocking out. Yes. He has a mid-torso joint. And what's cool is that they painted the emblem on his shirt so that when you pull up his chest, it doesn't disconnect. Only here in the middle. He doesn't have a waist joint. Let me take him off his stand. He does have pegged hips, but because of this little skirt, his legs can't move anywhere. But he's a flyer, so he doesn't need to have a running pose. His knee has 2 joints. He has a upper calf swivel and a lower calf swivel, which I think if they gave him the upper calf swivel, they wouldn't have to give him the lower one. But more articulation for you. And he has the same rocker joint as Apocalypse and Cyclops, which lets his feet move like that and a bit forward and back. So Falcon, he has a regular neck joint. It's a ball joint in his neck. His arms can swivel around as a mid bicep swivel. and 1 point of articulation for the elbow, and his hand swivel. There's a mid-torso joint like the Silver Surfer. If you move them two back, you'll be able to see it. No waist joint. Has peg hips. Just let him only bring his legs forward and back and out to the side. As you can see. Double jointed knees and a ball jointed ankle. No rocker here. We got the Scarlet Spider-Man. His base says Spider-Man, but he's the Scarlet Spider. He's going, yeah, I'm 90s. Yeah, he just has a regular ball jointed neck, but because of the shape of his head, he can't move it a lot. It's also a tight joint. I like that it's tight. His arm can move around, up and down. There's a bicep swivel, 1 point elbow. These guys are having 1 point elbows, and maybe it's a way to cut costs. If it means more accessories, then I'm up for it. He has swivel wrist, mid-torso joint. His shirt is made out of soft plastic, like Doctor Strange's cape. He has pegged hips. Like Cyclops, he has swivel thighs. 2 points in the elbow. But no rocker ankles. These are just regular ankles. Ball jointed ankles. He has a little pouch. When I was taking him out of the package, his leg came off, but I heard he has a new neck joint. I don't know what the old neck joint is like, but I've heard it's bad. So you can move his head side to side, a little bit up and down. He has a mid-torso joint, ball jointed shoulders, swivel bicep, 1 point elbow. These look like they would be ball jointed like Doctor Strange, but they're not. They're just swivels. And his wrist. He has no waist. Oh yeah, he has a waist. That's weird. He has this plastic skirt and pegged hips, but because of the skirt, his legs can't go up. And double jointed knees and a ball jointed ankle. Scar, I think he has first appearance Hulk's neck. It's a joint that sticks out forward, as you can see. And allows for a better range of motion. You can look up and down. But because of his long flowing hair, his head articulation is limited. But he does have the Juggernaut's body. Thanos, Apocalypse. Same reuse. Arms can go like that and that. Mid swivel bicep, 1 point elbow, swivel wrist. Mid torso joint. You can see his little first appearance Hulk Apocalypse belt, Juggernaut belt. Pegged hips, swivel thighs, double jointed knees, and no rocker joints for his feet. So just a ball jointed ankle. The accessories that these figures have, all of them have stands, like scars right here. You get 2 points, one in the E and one in the A. For these figures. But the only 2 figures that do come with accessories are Falcon. He comes with his trusty bird, Red Wing. Has this big thing, and soft wings, like the wasp. Caw. Like can make them flap like that. Caw, caw, caw. So this is Red Wing, the Falcon's accessory. And then the second accessory that Falcon comes with are these hard light wings that plug into his biceps. See the holes here. Biceps, and here's the wings. The wings are made out of translucent plastic. It's not really hard, but not soft either. You could easily break these. And kind of cool that they're translucent. They'll look good in the light. They're well sculpted. So that's it for the Falcon's 2 accessories. And the next one with accessories is Scar. He has this harness, but I'm sure you could take it off, but I think you would have to break it. He also comes with the sword. I like his sheath. It's made out of hard plastic. But the sword is what takes the cake. As you can see, there's some indents in it, which means he's used it on probably rocks or things harder than rocks. This part's for cutting, and this is for opening cans. I like that they gave him a different expression that's not yelling or just like calm. He's like, huh? Or, that's interesting. He has one eyebrow raised and the other not. I also like his head sculpt. I think it looks like it's a scaled down version of his Marvel Legends head sculpt. I like big eyes on the Spider-Man. I think it happened with around the time McFarlane was drawing Spider-Man. But the look that I like most is from Mark Bagley or Bagley. Doom has a good head sculpt. I like it, but there is one thing that annoys me about it. It's the fact that they replaced his eyes with yellow. He has no eyes in there, it's just yellow. I like one of the other things about Doom that's unique is that on his mouthpiece he has what looks like a sentinel's mouth. It's like a H that goes across the mouth, and you can kind of see it in here. They painted it gold, but I know it's a lot to ask about the eyes. Well, the Battlefield cap, you could see his eyes through his goggles, and I don't know. Maybe if they didn't make it yellow and just made it black, I would have been okay with it. It's still a good figure, but it's one of the reasons that I didn't pick up Doctor Doom. with Absorbing Man. I wanted to get him. It's a 3-pack, you get the Wasp, but getting him as a single figure is more economical. He looks like Michael Dorn. Yes, Captain. I'm thinking maybe it's an old Hulk scope, old Hulk head sculpt, but I don't think so. I like that his eyes are white, and his I mean his pupils are white. The rest of his eyes are black. But I do believe this is a unique head sculpt. It's not a reuse. So my final verdict, aka the cons about these figures. I get them more in the shot. I have no complaints so far about these 5 figures, this latest wave. When I took Spider-Man out of his package, his leg came off. I think I already mentioned it before, but it popped back in, and it's okay. It's not giving me any more problems. The only, let me see. So I don't have any issues with Falcon's hard light wings or with Doctor Strange. I have to correct something. I think it was with the Captain America figures and all the other figures that I reviewed before that didn't have stands. I can't blame their inability to stand because of the surface that I was using. This soft surface. They would slip easily. So X-Force and Classic Avengers, that they didn't have any stands, I can't blame them for not standing on this. That's why each of these guys has stands. That's why they're standing good. So I have to clear that up. The only problem that I see with this wave is the availability. Right now, the ones that are hot of this wave that I've noticed are the Falcon and Scar, Son of Hulk. So if you see these guys on the peg, get them first. I think Doom's gonna be a peg warmer because a lot of people already have them, and I don't know if people have a lot of love for Spider-Man. Doctor Strange is another hot figure, I guess, but I think it's his variant that a lot of people are after. The regular Doctor Strange, I found him. I think he's gonna be easy to find. So that's it. I can say this is a cool wave. I like it. I'm glad I own it. They cut costs by using Hulk. You know, they used the Juggernaut's body a third time, and they re-released a figure that was already in a comic 2-pack. So they only had to spend money on these 3 guys. Hey. So they only had to spend money on these 3 guys. So that's it for my video review. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it informative. Please like it if you like. If you don't like, you know, if you're a hater, give me some hateration and don't like the video. But that's it. Good luck out there. I'm sure that now that September is gonna begin, we're gonna get into the Christmas season. We'll see a whole bunch of sales. I think Toys R Us will have their 2 for $10 sale up until December, and I'm hoping that if you want this wave, you'll be able to find it. If you don't want it, I guess you're into something else. See you out there. Thanks for watching.